The pageant opened with Her Majesty the Queen and other members of the royal family joining the hundreds of Gurkhas and spectators in a minute's silence for those thousands killed and injured by the earthquake in Nepal. The open-air Gurkha 200 celebrations then got underway in the beautiful grounds of the Royal Hospital Chelsea in London. It's one of many events that have taken place around the country this year to mark 200 years of loyal Gurkha service to the British Crown. TV historian Dan Snow began the piece of fast-paced military theatre by narrating the 200-year history of the Gurkha soldier. From the early days of the brigade, the conflicts they've been involved in, their culture and traditions, and how Gurkhas are recruited and trained.
It's a great honour to be involved in the story of the Gurkhas because they're a unit in, I don't think, like no other in the world. I mean, they're a unit of people from a distant land with whom we have apparently not much in common, and yet they've served the British government, the British Crown faithfully 200 years like no other. It's extraordinary, really. So it's wonderful to be here and take the time to kind of mark that service and that friendship that exists between us.
Whenever the Gurkhas appeared, their spirits lifted and they were as proud as punch, and everybody felt safer and happier and braver. So to have the public, who all knew these stories, in 2009, when we were fighting for justice for the Gurkhas, to have the public roaring its approval from behind us was the greatest thing in the world. It made us feel this is something that is absolutely right. The country knows it's right, and of course the government then knew it was right, and so that happened.
The highlight was the spectacular battle reenactment of the Second World War.
I'm a second generation in the British Army, and to have this opportunity and celebrate our 200 years, alliances to the British monarch is fantastic.
They're long-standing, as 2 centuries sort of describes, and they're respected for their fighting capability and the tremendous service that Nepal has given us over 2 world wars and lots of other campaigns. And I think their humour and dignity is another reason why they're respected and admired by the British public. And that's a great thing to see.
The pageant continued with a colourful display of traditional Nepalese dancing. The evening was organised by the Gurkha Welfare Trust. Joanna Lumley, the vice patron of the charity, explained to the 1,600-strong audience how the trust gives financial and medical support to former servicemen and their families, and how they're now giving extra assistance to those affected by the Nepalese earthquake.
The funds raised have already been used to dispense emergency relief in the places of greatest need. For example, whilst international efforts have been funneled through Kathmandu, we have made use of our network of welfare centres deep in the Himalayan foothills.
Throughout the pageant, the band and the mass pipes and drums of the Brigade of Gurkhas played the music. And in the finale, a song called I Am a Gurkha, specially composed for the event, was performed.
Well, it's been a wonderful spectacle here this evening, not only thrilling and entertaining those that are here, but also informing them of that 200-year Gurkha history. And with the 1,650 supporters here this evening, it's very clear just how special the Gurkhas are. Laura Hawkins, Forces News, Royal Hospital Chelsea in London.